YouTube, episode 192. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get straight to the cash out situation.
Are you saying Cash App?
Cash out.
Oh, Ezel, you into the boxing before you start that? You into the boxing?
Huh?
I said, are you into boxing?
A little bit, yeah.
Are you gonna watch that Clarissa Shields fight tonight? That's supposed to be a big fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is he a rapper?
Uh-huh.
Who is the girl with him?
It's his mom.
Miss Hannah,
Oh,
you ready? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this trial, the court
Hold on. There we go. Oh.
heard and viewed evidence demonstrating the very worst of human behavior toward other human beings. The jury verdict in this case reflects that the state met its burden in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the diabolical conduct of the defendants occurred. The sentencing to be meted out by this court will be responsive to that. Mr. John Michael Hakeem Gibson, would you please stand? Okay. On count one.
It hit different when they say your full name like that.
first of all, what are they in here for? What happened? I don't even know these people.
Well, we about to find out. They about to read the.
Oh, because I'm like, what's the back
You're just so
history? I don't know.
impatient. Can you
I ain't never heard of
get
them.
you a cup of wine, relax, listen to the verdict.
I ain't never heard of the people though. That's why I'm like, who are they?
Me either. I just heard he got football numbers.
Oh, okay.
1, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 10.
Whoa.
On count 10, rape.
Mm.
Life in confinement.
Mm.
Count 12, aggravated sodomy. Life in confinement to run concurrent with count 10.
Why don't they just say life?
Count 22, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 23, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 22. Count 24 on the lesser included offense of battery. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 25, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 23. Count 26, pimping. 12 months to serve in confinement to
Did
run
she say
concurrent.
pimping?
Pimping, 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 pimping.
Count 26, pimping. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10.
I would have just took a seat right there.
Count 27, pandering. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 28, keeping a place of prostitution. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10.
Unless you want us to sit out there.
Count 29, willful obstruction of a law
You want to
enforcement.
sit out?
12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 30, simple battery, merges into count 24, battery. Count 45, possession of prohibited items by an inmate. 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 25. Conditions of this sentence: no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, to include Diamond Urban or their families. You are to register as a sex offender.
Now, you done read all these numbers and charges out. He still got to register. He not getting out.
He's not getting that. I don't understand why they just got to read through all them things. Just say counts 1 through 24, across the board, life in prison without the possibility of parole. You don't have to read all of them. But pimping 20, concurrent, and then all that's just too much. Just say life. They ain't getting out. He's not getting out. But that's some of the charges Diddy was facing.
He ain't got the money on him.
No, but I'm saying, I mean, we can see like the severity of it, that's what Diddy was facing. So the charges that he did get, I see now that he's truly blessed to be given what he got, because he could have got far worse. So he got off. And Diddy got off. I would have just took a seat. After when she got done saying that the second 20, I would have just took a seat.
You got to stand the whole time.
I know that, but I probably would have just fainted. You don't have to read all that. I ain't getting out.
They would have got you for contempt.
Well, I'm in there for life, so go on and contempt me back to the cell. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, he from Atlanta. Atlanta rapper Cash Out sent. Okay. Mm.
See ya, buddy.
That's terrible. And threw his whole entire life away.
Mm-hmm.
You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo condominium, 2171 Peachtree. You are to stay away from the St. George's Commons address, and you are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. All right, you may be seated. All right, Ms. Smith and counsel, please stand. As to count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act. 20 years.
Oh,
His
see.
mama? That's his mama?
I don't know. I think so. Isn't that what Mika said?
I don't even know. I ain't never heard of this rapper. I have no idea. But if that is his mama and you running a sex trafficking thing, I can't even talk. A RICO Act with your son, that is ridiculous. And she fixing to get the rest of her life in prison too. Mm, mm, mm. Did they go to trial? Did that say trial?
They
I
just,
wonder, or did they accept a plea?
I don't know.
Lord, mm-mm. Bless her heart.
Confinement. Count 37, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 10 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive to count one. You're to have no contact with any of the victims, including Diamond Irvin, named in this indictment, or their families. You are to register as a sex offender. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road, the Mezzo at 2171 Peachtree Road, the address at the St. George's Commons, 9340, and the FIB, Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You may be seated.
So what she got, 30?
All right, Mr. Taylor.
I don't know.
A 20 and a 10. I think she got a 20 and a 10.
Violation of the Georgia RICO Act. 20 years
Oh,
to serve
Lord.
in confinement to run consecutive with count 9. Count 9, rape. Life in confinement. Count 11, aggravated sodomy. Life in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 13.
He said, run it back. You see that bailiff buckle his knees? That
I saw it right there, yeah.
he said, woo! Oh my goodness.
Confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 13, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 15, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 13. Count 16, false imprisonment. 10 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 15. Count 17, pandering by compulsion. 10 years to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 18, possession of cocaine. 3 years to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 19, tampering with evidence. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9, count 20.
You
It ain't
know,
no way in the world. Ain't
But
none of them getting out.
didn't they have like 40 counts?
hold
I,
on, was it
I,
Mika?
Yeah, can
yeah,
y'all hear me? Something's wrong with my laptop. I keep
I guess
leaving and
Kia left.
rejoining.
that ain't none of them getting out. And they should have just said life across the board.
Right. Life was 70 years. Like, what the hell?
That's just, I mean, ain't none of them getting out. The mama may if it's eligible for parole, because I think she just got a 20 and a 10. So I mean, I don't know, but them guys, they ain't getting out.
But ain't it crazy how this case is totally different than the other cases, and these are grown women.
See, that's why I was saying, what's the back history of this? What is it? I mean, what happened?
He was a pimp.
Which one? The one with the dreads?
Yeah. And his mama was the madam, I guess. Can y'all see me? Because my camera won't connect.
Mm-mm.
My camera won't connect. I kept leaving and coming back, and it's still not working. But yeah. And the cousin, I guess, was helping. So that's why it's like a RICO. Because like a criminal organization, you got people right getting money sent to his personal account. Like, dude, really?
But yet and still, we have a whole person that had an island with young girls flying men over.
Yeah. To indulge.
To indulge and be entertained by young kids. Now all of a sudden this woman about to ask for a pardon. That's up next.
He Cash out need to ask for a pardon. Trump
That's
might actually do it, especially
it.
if he try to deflect from his.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I'm pardoning other people. I can pardon Ghislaine and myself.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if his attorneys try it. Hell, I would. Ain't nothing to lose. Ain't nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, only thing they do is deny it, reject it, or whatever they do, and say sorry. You know, it's not eligible for pardon. So never know until you ask. Yeah, they probably get surprised.
Right.
He ain't getting out.
You see Antoine, what was his name? The guy that broke out? He begged for a pardon. That's what they get on the video. Posted on TikTok.
It says this cash app. I said cash app. Yeah. I said app. He received 2 life sentences plus 70 years. His mother, Linda Smith, was found guilty of 1 count of sexual trafficking. She was sentenced to 30 years. His cousin, Tyrone Taylor, was found guilty on his charges. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 93 years. All 3 must register as a sex offender.
In prison.
Well, I'm like, why even bog down the sex whatever registration site with them? Because they in prison, they ain't getting out.
For life. They're gonna be registered in jail.
In
Like
jail.
everybody don't know what they're there for. Ain't no kids around.
And it says they used the music platform to lure these women in. The mother of one of the victims said.
Well, I mean, you gotta teach your kids and hope they.
Dang, he has signed with Epic Records under the tutelage of L.A. Reid. I had never heard of him.
Yeah, because he had a 1 hit.
What was it?
I think it's called a song called "Cashing Out." It's like this.
He definitely cashed out.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. There's so many other people that do this, and like it's just crazy. A life sentence, 2 life sentences for being a pimp, and other charges. There were a lot of charges.
It says the prosecutors allege all three operated a sex trafficking enterprise for more than 7 years and used Gibson's music and brand through the use of deception and then coercion, enticed and recruited women from social media platforms to engage in commercial sexual activity.
But they agreed and went.
Yeah.
They're trying to make money. Like, what the hell? Do they ever convict the actual escorts?
Mm-mm-mm.
Because they all are, especially if you high dollar, y'all out here living good. Hell, so a lot of them should be arrested. You out here selling it. What's the wrong with
Yeah.
somebody facilitating it? Like, y'all
Yeah.
both wrong. They try to make it seem like it's against the women's will. Sometimes it is, but not when it's like an escort and you willingly choosing to do that.
And then this says through statements, victims says they have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and other mental health problems due to the actions of the three defendants. Some said they are still in constant fear.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them threatening them and stuff like that. Like, especially if you start and then you want to kind of get out, then they start.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it turns left. Like, well, this is not my will anymore. Kind of,
Yeah.
cross their mind. And that threaten them. It's sad though, but this is happening.
Well, Young Thug was he was brought up on RICO charges too.
Yeah, he
And
got
that YFN Lucci, however you say his name.
out. Yeah, I think
So
that's
them Atlanta rapper, I don't know what's going on down there.
I don't know either.
Wow.
Willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer by use of threats or violence. 10 years to serve, to run concurrent with count 9, and a suspended fine of $300. You are to have no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, nor are you to have any contact with Diamond Irvin or any of their families. You are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo address at 2171 Peachtree Road and the address at the St. George Commons, 9340. You register as a sex offender.
they're never getting out of jail. Why are they acting like they're gonna get out and be able to go to these places?
That's why I said bogging down a system. They need to make sure that the names in the system that's actually out get added properly and they get monitored. Why are you gonna monitor them and they in the prison?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, why are they listing all these places like they're getting out anytime soon? The street's
And
not
they
even gonna be
saying
named that by the
you
time
got
they sentence is up.
you got all these perverts walking around that
Right.
ain't registered or don't follow up and get
really
re-registered. Yeah.
And really be preying on kids, like little kids.
Yeah. So I said you had a whole island, people flying back and forth, state lines in the air, alcohol, drugs. That's
Meanwhile,
crazy.
the lane
You're
gets
flying the kids on the plane, so you clearly trafficking them. They got to be flown in to get to the darn island. So I'm like, y'all did some real big transporting of these kids to this island.
Vaults. And Holly, you've been covering this for decades now, it seems. And Holly, you've followed this. What do you make of this hours-long meeting between Ghislaine Maxwell, her attorney, and of course Deputy AG Todd Blanche?
Well, a couple of thoughts. One is if Maxwell probably had the chance to name names before she was convicted, so why didn't that happen? That might have been a great chance at immunity. But on the other hand, one of the ways they might be able to corroborate anything that she says is there were 4 women named in Epstein's non-prosecution agreement as co-conspirators, and they were given immunity in 2008. They are still out there, and they absolutely would have knowledge. They did the scheduling of these girls, and they would have seen if there were big names participating in Epstein's crimes.
I want to play for you for a second what Maxwell's attorney had to say after those discussions with the DOJ.
Ghislaine answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. They asked about every possible thing you could imagine, everything.
So you heard there, her attorney says that Maxwell answered every single question, no holds barred.
I still don't get why I know why, because he's covering his self. Have y'all ever heard the DOJ going into a prison questioning a person on charges of trafficking with sex crimes with kids involved? Now I can see if it's a terrorist or something like that, but on sex charges and trafficking kids and the R word and violence towards people, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
They're trying. I mean, it's a high profile case though, too. Like, it's everybody in power.
That's crazy. He clearly covering his tracks and doing everything he can to prevent her from talking and going before Congress and all of that. And if she get this pardon, she ain't never talking. She won't have to.
We never gonna see or hear from her again.
No. Nope.
Yeah, they're gonna be gone.
And the thing is, and I wouldn't even be surprised all this time if y'all know who I'm talking about, has been getting words to her like, don't talk, don't say nothing. Every time it start coming up in the media about the Epstein files, he probably gets some type of form of communication back to her. Sit tight, don't say nothing, I got you. And look, he clearly got her. And she has not said one word.
Yeah, she about to fly away.
One word.
How many years she been in there? Ain't that many.
It ain't that many. I'm gonna look and see when she go to prison, because she ain't been in there too long. But somebody didn't had to tell her this. I mean, because anybody else probably would have been like, no, I want to talk. I want to tell my story. You know, I didn't sit too long and they trying to put everything on me. This woman ain't said absolutely nothing. I mean, to her attorney, I'm sure, but
she ain't
said
nothing.
Though.
She could be
ain't
scared.
Said nothing.
She's
Yeah.
high people. I can see if she started talking, she probably would end up like Jeffrey Epstein, to be honest with you.
But I think he didn't. I think he probably told her, like I said, sit tight, don't say nothing. You know, I'm gonna work it out. You got to sit in there a little bit. Go on and take the deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Hi guys.
Hey. Hey.
It doesn't work, Chance.
I didn't do anything.
You trying to make the video work too? I'm like, it's not working.
Yeah, but she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. It says she was sentenced to 20 years in prison for conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to SA minors.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
She was previously found guilty on December 29th, 2021. But I can't see. I think she's been in there for, I guess, at least maybe 2021, 2022. So she's been in there a few years. And it just says from at least 1994 up to and including In or about 2004, she assisted, facilitated, and participated in Jeffrey Epstein's abuse of minor girls by, among other things, helping him recruit, groom, and ultimately abuse victims known to him and her to be all under the age of 18. The victims were as young as 14. So how can DJT sit up here and not bring these people forth to court and go through the process of all this abuse to kids?
Because they're the abusers. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
other high power people are abusers too.
Mm-hmm. And this is on the DOJ site, this stuff that I'm reading, and then it says that he enticed and groomed minor girls to be abused in multiple ways. For example, Maxwell attempted to befriend certain victims by asking them about their lives, school, families, etc. And then that's how they started grooming them. And then they were offered to help pay some of the victims for their travel, educational opportunities, encourage victims to accept Epstein's assistance. So they, as a result, felt indebted and believed him and her that they were trying to help.
Indebted.
Wow.
A lot of them probably were just trying to make a quick come up. Oh, I can get into Princeton? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You buy me a new car?
Then it says Maxwell and Epstein's victims were groomed or abused at Epstein's residences in New York, Florida, and New Mexico, as well as Maxwell's residence in London. So look at all that trafficking.
He on different continents.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is the actual Department of United States Attorney's Office site that this stuff is on. That's sick.
Mm.
And if so she got her limited what was that called? Immunity.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm.
She's going to get pardoned in 2 weeks, and then she's going to be gone.
Oh yeah, that's the next thing.
Yeah.
They didn't already put it at, well, Trump didn't already left the door open because he said he hadn't really thought about it. Yeah, I have to see. And then so her attorney the other day came out and said, well, I hope he really considers the pardon. That's basically what their next step is going to be. So they're going to, he wouldn't be a good attorney if he didn't ask for it or request it. Like I said, the worst case scenarios is he deny it and turn it down. So I would ask, why
Yeah, I
not?
think it says she answered all their questions. I think she told them exactly what they didn't want to hear. Like she didn't tell them anything, and now she's gonna get pardoned. Like, don't say anything to them, and then we'll get your pardon in a couple weeks. Okay.
And I think the thing is too, when they went in there that meeting, I don't even think it was really a meeting like that. I think it was just a
Right.
meeting like, girl,
Right.
don't say nothing. He is saying keep your mouth closed because the guy that went in to question her, I think they were saying before he got appointed to his position now, he used to be Trump's attorney.
That's funny.
Yeah, he used to be Trump's attorney. So I'm pretty sure they already know a lot of the stuff about it anyway. So I think he probably just said, look, we fixing to strike this deal with you. We're gonna give you this limited immunity. Don't say nothing. You're gonna have people coming at you. Congress is about to try to subpoena you. And we're gonna do this deal first, and then we're gonna look at a pardon. So just don't say nothing. And if you get subpoenaed by conference, I bet you they didn't tell her every time they ask you a question, say I plead the fifth. Yeah, because I forgot who that was that got subpoenaed by Congress on something, and every question they asked them, they were like, "I plead the fifth."
That was them
What
gangster
did one of the?
Italian mobsters.
He was like, "I plead the fifth. I
Yeah.
plead the fifth." I forgot how many times they said. He said
It
it
was
was
like
over 100 and
50
some
something.
times.
It was a lot of times.
Yeah. Yep.
It might incriminate me. That lets me know that you're on some other shit. What do you mean? Plead the fifth because it might incriminate you. That's because you're a criminal. You did the crime.
That is just terrible, though. That's just insane, and sickening to just see all these victims, all these perverts are about to just possibly walk free, and nobody's gonna ever hear the details about it.
It's been happening for a long time, though.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's
Powerful people
terrible.
crazy. I mean, keep the powerful people safe, and then all the middle class poor people, you get 2 life sentences.
But do y'all ever think and wonder, like, because didn't Biden have these Epstein files? Didn't they exist when he was in there?
he I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
they had to.
And then I'm like,
He's already been charged.
if they were so bad, why did they not get released before DJT got in? Where was the fuss about releasing them back then?
That's a good question.
Because I'm like, what's in the files didn't change. I mean, if it was that awful and that bad, and it was a lot of trauma and stuff done to these kids, I'm like, why now is it all of a sudden issue and everybody wanted released? They should have been released and been brought to justice.
Yeah, I think
Regardless of who was in office.
I think they all on them files, or somebody they know is on them files.
That's why I'm saying it's across the
They gotta
board.
protect people. They probably don't agree with it, but it's gonna incriminate somebody that they care about.
It's